Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the SH Figuarts Tiger and Bunny Wild Tiger figure. Another addition to the figure list that is of, wow, if I can talk, it's figures I want that I don't know if I want to spend the money on, but they're still really darn cool. I like this figure a whole bunch. Don't know how to pose him apparently. But still, it's a really cool figure. And again, we have translucent parts, we have shiny parts, we have glossy parts, metallic parts, pearly parts, accessories, guns, big hands. It's kind of like whoever designed this anime is just like, let's make stuff that's really cool. Who cares what it is? Let's just put giant hands, giant feet, super cool looking robot suits, things like that. And that's what this is. There's just lots of cool things. It's like fan service in the good way, not in the boobs and butts kind of way. So let's take this figure off the stand and take a closer look. Alright, this guy stands roughly 15.5 centimeters, which makes him just under 6 inches. Very cool looking figure. You can see we have this kind of translucent green on the arms with silver underneath, which makes it look like metallic green. We have this neon green threaded throughout, this pearly white, metallic silver, kind of a satiny gray, lots of detail in the face with the panel lining and the eyes, and just really cool looking character design. I'm telling you, they must have just said design something cool. Put all the elements of cool stuff you can think of into this character, and that's what you'll get. And it's kind of like what all of the Tiger and Bunny figures are, and that's why I think I'm kind of drawn to them. It's just lots of cool stuff, and he does have the die-cast feet, so that's a cool thing. And alright, you know what? I'll stop saying cool. Let's look at the accessories. First of all, he has this, which is his unique display stage. It says Wild Tiger, Kotetsu T Kaburagi. See if I can read. And it's nice and neon green, so that's going to look cool with that figure for sure. Stand him on there, especially since they all have their own stands. That's pretty cool. We also have some interchangeable hands. Let me pull those over here. We have the 2 fist hands on him in the package, of course. And then we get our secondary hands, or style pose hands if you want to call them that. We always need those. And then we have these 2 gripping hands, and I'll show you what they're for right now. We have these guys, which are kind of like guns, I guess. I'm not familiar with the show yet. I need to watch it. And these guys are little guns that he holds like under his hand, kind of like this. Okay, you'll see in the photos at the end. So he grips that, and then the gun itself pegs in under this armor. So there's like a peg hole in there, and it goes under that. And so you can hold it kind of like that. And it's cool. This has a hinge on it. The rest is fixed. So that's that. And then we also have the giant arm, which connects to his regular arm. So that's really nice. Lots of translucent parts, lots of metallic parts, neon green. Really cool. And that just swaps in at the elbow, so you still have the full range of motion. No wrist articulation, of course, but you do get a giant fist. And if you're curious about how big it is in relation to the figure, and you don't want to wait until the photos at the end, it's pretty darn big. So, again, a very cool touch for another cool design. Now, as far as articulation goes, the head appears to have a swivel at least. Maybe it's a ball peg, can't say for sure, at the top of the neck, so it can rotate a little bit, look up and down a little bit, but most of that comes out of the neck, which can also rotate. It is limited by this collar piece, but you still get pretty good range. The shoulder has a ball peg that goes into the torso with a little cap that hides the joint. That connects to our ball hinge, which gives him the full range of motion there. Shoulder pad is individually hinged, so it will move with the arm. No problems there, and it'll of course rotate also. Really cool the way they printed on the translucent plastic. Makes it just stand out a little bit more. It says SH Figuarts right here also, so that's kind of cool. We have our bicep swivel, which has the shoulder cap built into it, so that's a cool design. We have a double jointed elbow. Doesn't have the best range of motion though. Doesn't really get that much from the lower joint. It's a little problematic, but it's still, I mean, it's effective. It's just not great. It would have been nice to get a better range out of that. And then the wrist is, let's see what the wrist has. I haven't taken these hands off yet, so let's see if I can get it off. We have, looks like, I can't tell. Let's zoom in with the camera and see if I can tell. Looks like a ball hinge. Yeah, ball hinge. So that's pretty good. Decent range of motion there. These guys pop off so you can snap the those little guns on, but otherwise you don't really want them to pop off. And they're really hard to get off, at least on this particular figure, so be careful. But they do have like a, well, let's see if I can just do it and show you. be extra careful. This stuff feels kind of fragile, but we just have kind of like the tab, not a peg, but a tab. And it sticks in there pretty solid, so be careful. All right, for the torso, we have a little bit of leeway back and forth, a little bit side to side, and a little bit of rotation, not much. So definitely not the strongest part of this figure. Same thing with the ball peg for the lower torso, not a whole lot. Just like the Darkness Bunny figure, it's just, I think that's what it was called, very limited in the torso. Just enough to get some poses done, but not much, so be aware of that. The hips, however, have really nice range because we have that hinged ball peg and loads of room to move them around. So posability, not a problem, except the legs are kind of heavy with those die-cast parts. The joints need to be tighter, but they're not. We have the ball socket in the upper part of the thigh and a thigh swivel right here, so that's pretty good. Double jointed knee, not too bad. It's not too ugly, but it's not great. It'll do. And then for the ankles, we have a hinge that has decent range. It's not bad. I'm okay with that. Then we have a true ankle rocker in there, but that's pretty limited. So that's not great. And we have a toe hinge, which is also pretty limited. So again, not great. Not bad, but not great. And the paint job is carried down to the bottom of the feet. So all in all, we have a few articulation misses here and there, but it's still a pretty darn cool figure, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun for most people to have, so I'm going to go ahead and recommend it. I do think it might be one of the ones that's available at Big Bad Toy Store. They did discount the Tiger and Bunny figures recently, so a lot of them sold out, but it's worth taking a chance and looking, so click that link in the description below and see if you can get yourself one before I buy them up. I might buy them. I don't know. There you go, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can see my upcoming figure reviews, custom figures, and other good stuff. And in the meantime, keep collecting.